Greetings, gamers! I've been working on a new game called Incoming. Incoming is a 3D VR missile defense game. Protect your cities with a wide assortment of defenses against waves of warheads, bombers, zeppelins, and epic bosses. Wishlist today on Steam. Link is in the description. Greetings, my spacefaring friends, and welcome to another episode of Starfield. I'm Cobalt, Thorium. Oh, hold on. I gotta check the noise. Hello? Okay, there we go. It looks good. Alright. So, we are actually, believe it or not, 2 days out from Shattered Space dropping. And I want to complete this campaign beforehand, so I'm gonna sprint to the end here. We're probably gonna have tons of episodes recorded over the next few days, so I apologize if I end up being... Oh, what is this? Okay, I don't think that this one is better than the one we currently have. That's definitely not as good. Alright. Let's get out of there. Let's push this button. Ooh, we have a facility key. And there's a holder without anything. I feel like I'm missing something. We haven't explored, like, looted this place, have we? We have not. Right, so it's 2 days from Shattered Space. So I'm probably going to end up playing like 12 hours a day. It's a weekend. So Shattered Space drops on Monday. And I realize that this is going to be uploaded like way out of date. Way out of date. Just so far out of date. Lab key. Okay. Alright, let's poke around here a little bit more thoroughly. This is where I'd put contraband if I were them. Although, I probably need to be less obsessed with contraband and more obsessed with finishing the flippin' game, right? It's been so long. This game is so long. What is this? You can do it, maybe. Okay, that's cool. I like it. Alright, let's quickly loot this place before we push the button. So my plan right now is, if we have the opportunity, I'd like to destroy the facility with everybody in it. I don't feel like reviving a bunch of very powerful, controversial people throughout history and then plunking them down in the future altogether is going to be a positive thing. So that's my first choice, is just to destroy it with all hands. Playing it on the safe side. If I cannot destroy it with all hands, my second choice would be to let them go free into the galaxy. And the reason why is because they are infertile, and I think that if basically that they will probably end up destroying themselves, in which case it is ooh, harvested organs, here we go. In which case the problem kind of solves itself. However, there's that possibility that they will do something horrible. I suppose that Genghis Khan is very likely to do something horrible. Should I go in there? Let's go in there. Oops, was I not supposed to do that? Am I outside now? Yeah. Okay, so that was not what I was supposed to do. I think this is that door I was looking at before. The one I was like, why is that not the door that we're going in? Well, now we know. It is the exit. Right, so my second choice is to free everybody, because then there's no like sustainability. They have to kind of like cut it or frankly die. Um, and then I think the third possibility I'd have is to do Franklin's. See, Franklin has this idea of them sticking around in, not the facility, whatever it's called, Charybdis? No, what is the name of it? I forget. But he's got this idea of sticking around until they sort of like build sustainability. Oh, that's right, I have to do all of these. That's where I left the last time. So his idea is to sort of, for them to sort of build a certain degree of sustainability for the purpose of leaving. And, like, leaving under not favorable conditions, but, like, preparing and then before the jump. And I think that is the most likely scenario for them to sort of thrive and not also destroy the universe. But at the same time, it's like, I don't really want them to thrive, you know? And then the fourth case, which is the one that we already rejected, was like them going with the system to eventually become like the galaxy's like leaders. Alright, teal jumpsuit. Alright, armor piercing rounds, laser sight. I don't think this is better than the one we have. So let's just go. Okay, so we haven't done the bottom floor yet. Let's just get this thing going. Well, okay, let's do the messages and then get this thing going. Alright, so this is Dr. Shang. Automated emergency restore. Automated message incident 002. Facility has completed repairs after incident 002. Non-essential terminals received a power surge, erasing all work. Defragmentation has been complete, and the data that can be restored has been. Please direct any inquiries to the current facility admin Fallon. I added facility in there. Goodbye, Beagle. Oh, we're going to have to deal with all this scrambled crap. I don't like reading this. It's annoying. All of our equations and all work assumes that we have the complete genetic record to work with. So that's no longer... The solution lies within. Blah, blah, blah. Samples of all the scientists and blah, blah, blah missing variables. See, this is... Picking through this is going to be really irritating. Blah, blah, blah. Elmer to help, blah. He's reliable, blah, 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 blah. Spell the blah, blah, blah exactly. Fallon's actually blah, 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 blah. Had his dissertation when more of us blah, blah, blah. He deserves it. What is going on here? I don't know if we can actually read any of this. Facility complete. The core of the facility has been blah, blah, blah. The robots were programmed by capable engineers to do blah, but still the speed and precision remarkable. The facility, blah, blah, blah. We do our first trials. Okay. The real experiment, blah, blah, blah. Ground in a very precisely designed location. We blah blah blah. Name for this place, or for the place. Fallon's DWOE, calling it the Crucible. DWOE. I don't know what that means. Something of experiment? I don't know. Too literal for my tastes, but better than anything better. Oh, I couldn't come up with anything better. The greatest blah blah blah. Charybdis 3 is clearly its blah 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 predators. So dangerous predators. The greatest danger, I'm gonna say, is the predators. Extremely dangerous, but blah blah blah. Subsonic. Blah blah. Oh, these combat weapon. No, I don't know if that's. Yeah, that could be gibberish, but it's close to CWIZ. So combat weapon integrated. I don't know. Actually, that's probably not a garble. That's probably an acronym. And turrets should do. The facility robots can blah blah with whatever remains. Deal with whatever remains, maybe, in terms of predators attacking, I suppose. Blah blah, complaining, blah blah, blah living, blah blah, so old, blah 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 at the mission. Okay, this end part is just like completely useless. Missing equation. This is going to take so long. WWFX. Change of focus is blah blah blah. Simulations are running better, blah blah blah. What we were missing. Blah blah blah. The truth is our experiments never blah blah blah. The sim would devolve blah blah blah. Violence. Okay. The truth is our experiments never succeed. The sim would devolve into violence every time. Blah blah. Sim needed were pawns. George Washington wasn't a blah blah blah. His fighting skill, blah 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 blah, motivate people. So Washington's wasn't. I don't know. I guess what they're saying is George Washington wasn't a great warrior, but he was good at motivating people and could inspire. But if you only put great figures, blah blah blah, they counter each other. All right, so I guess what they're saying is that they're not working together, and instead they're sort of like at odds, and they sort of like, instead of making like a great utopia, they sort of knock each other out. All right. Blah blah blah, double down, blah blah blah, all the genetic samples I can get. The ship Yao. I feel like that's an acronym. Those stray unID DNA blah 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 in cargo. Everything. Let's outnumber the clones, blah blah blah. People to push this way and that. Fewer people push this way and that. Blah blah blah. No time to give the new clones a basic education or a full complete education maybe. Fingers crossed. Real progress. 1 year blah blah blah. If the code gets tricky, all the blah 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 coming into place. Blah blah blah. See the second batch interfacing and seeing the equations blah blah blah. Must confess blah blah blah. Younger me blah blah blah. Con would side with Khan, maybe? But unlike the first batch, blah, 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 to Marshall. Oh, maybe they're talking about modifying Genghis Khan's DNA. And the first one was... like the first batch. This one was to Marshall. So maybe the first batch wasn't Marshall enough? I don't know. This is going to work. Jeez. Elmer's computer. Okay, so this... Additional no custom security files were not able to be restored. Terminal security set to default. I think everything else is the same. Is that different, though? Let's just quickly check that. It is. So Elmer is the... must be the facility administrator. Alright, my experiment. Arrived on the Galathea. Blah, blah, blah is real. Time, blah, blah, blah. Experiment within an experiment. Oh, no. Are they experimenting on the scientists? Is this going to be like another attempt at doing something that's kind of like Vault Tech? Is this like... well, whatever. Sample switched. It is, isn't it? Blah, blah, blah. Opportunity to make PUO switch. Goodbye, Wild Bill. Oh, okay. Or maybe he was just trying to get rid of Wild Bill. Excuse me. We have blah, blah, blah. Big question. Nature versus nurture. I suppose that is a big question, and maybe something that they're experimenting here. Holmes is ready. Blah, blah, blah. Progress. After the beagle left, blah, blah, blah. No matter how much, blah, blah, blah. I just have no time. Blah, 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 blah. H.H. Holmes. Indoctrination sequence, blah, blah, blah. We'll know who he was, what he did. Blah, blah, blah. Terrified a nation. The question is, will he do it again? There's blah, blah, blah. There's some chance that he'll be a serial killer. No, blah, blah, blah. Tragedies. Well, not directly. Our future written in double helixes, or blah, blah, blah. All right. Dr. Fallon's computer. All right. Hello, mission. Blah, blah, blah. Bleak for so many years. Earth is blah, blah, blah. The government fumbled ineptly. It was blah, blah, blah. When the blah, blah, blah. When the council first approached me, the symposium, blah, 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 preservation. Or blah, 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 internship in London. Blah, blah, blah. Blah, blah, blah. The mission, it was blah, blah, blah. Ray of hope. Blah, blah, blah. My whole life. The past is already lost, but we need to blah, blah, blah. This is like completely useless. All right. Blah, blah, blah. Chose me before blah, blah, blah. Joking with Rajiv Roberts. That blah, blah, blah. Bringing us along to blah, blah, blah. And 1 hour into the voyage, blah, 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 machine. This is completely illegible. Mags 2, that's probably gibberish. Learned from blah, blah, blah. Prove they were right to pick me. Farewell, Shang. Oh, my goodness. Blah, blah, blah. Shang died of a blah, blah, blah hemorrhage last night. Just blah, blah, blah. He was so blah, blah, blah. He's left notes, blah, blah, blah. Do list, so that's like to-do list or something. I need to write blah, blah, blah. Well, you did a great job of writing that. Okay. Last survivor. To think that I'm the final blah, 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 blah. What the mission is, the arguments, all blah, blah, blah. The thought experiments, and the ultimate blah, blah, blah to chance. The last survivor. Vaxiful, be simple, but to me, blah, blah, blah. Bring humanity, blah, blah, blah. The equation, as scientists, blah, blah, blah. Of Earth, progress from distant, blah, 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 to absolute certainty, blah, blah, blah. That the governments and corporations were not, blah, 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 built a system so complex. Blah, blah, blah. Any one person, anything. So, blah, 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 the mission. So, screw the mission. Blah, blah, blah. Exceptional individuals. No, maybe that's not what it was. Blah, 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 them over time. Blah, blah, blah. Break through barriers. This is so... This could mean anything. I could find a dozen different ways to have this say a dozen different things by doing Mad Libs on this. Blah, blah, blah. Tame. Blah. Gay itself. Okay. And bring blah, 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 it. Blah, blah, blah. Whether to... argued whether pure force, blah, 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 leadership are the key, so crucible, blah, 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 blah. Third batch clones complete. I do not, blah, 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 could work. If only blah, blah, blah lives to see it. Final call. Blah, 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 I'm ill. Probably terminal. I blah, 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 anything down. All our blah, 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 the old earth, blah, 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 the burden falls on me. I've done blah, blah, blah to finish the blah, 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 the criteria for success. How do we know a blah, blah, blah likelihood when we get one chance, blah, blah, blah? Test cannot be simple. A blah, blah, blah can go up to blah, 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 the UC, and the blah, 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 and the blah, blah, blah them. Okay. So that would be in the Free Star Republic and destroy them? What does that mean? And blah, blah, blah is mine. As contrary, blah blah blah, think blah blah blah, no solution. If the clones blah 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 outwit the blah blah blah, out how to reproduce on blah blah blah, neutralize the safety protocols, blah blah blah, subvert the machines, blah blah blah, their own tools. If they can't beat blah 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 the galaxy. Okay. So if they can subvert the machines and build their own tools. Or, yeah, I don't know. I mean, it could mean anything. Chiang trying to strangle, blah, 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 grave. But if we blah, 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 nearly impossible, prove it, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Well, that was completely useless. But I had to go through it just in case there was something in there. Warning, warning, warning. Code and facility degradation reaching critical levels. 87 core routines fragmented. Emergency manual reboot required. Emergency info. Error code 01A. Code and facility degradation reaching critical levels. Yeah, we read that. Emergency manual reboot required. Shang note. If this error has been encountered, the whole facility is in danger of irreparable harm. We've reprogrammed a reboot process with specific requirements. Please reboot immediately. Initiate manual reboot. Alright, warning, warning, warning. Facility in critical condition. Immediate manual repair required before complete cascade failure. Admin choices are reboot and restore current mission parameters. Okay. That would be the believer option, I guess. Reboot and choose a new super admin. That would be Roosevelt's, and he would want to be the super admin. Or we could do a full project cleanse. It's also possible that this would give us the ability to pick, what's his name there? Genghis Khan. Or it could initiate a full project cleanse. In the event of a hostile invasion by the United Colonies or other groups, initiate the full project cleanse. This protocol will turn all facility resources against the clones and will systematically wipe out all traces of the mission. Only use this in event of our technology being in danger of capture. Fallon note, I tried to disable this option, but the code was way too tricky for me. Please do not use. To be clear, it will kill everyone. So please back up and choose another reboot option. Whoops. I'm curious what these other ones say. User documentation, version 0.1, Shang. This is the Hail Mary. If nothing else works, pass the torch to a new person in the databanks. They'll have full control over facility programs. This is an extreme response. Use only in critical circumstances. Oh, here we go. Here's the different options here. The continuation of the mission will be uncertain. Addendum, Fallon. There are no scientists left after me, so simple reboot will not restore the mission. I've allowed test subjects to be valid targets for this routine. If a clone is reading this, well done. Hopefully your struggles will have prepared you for the next step. If you think the facility is draconian, wait until you see the settled systems. I hope it's you, Amon-Reyes. You are our best hope. Well, she's not your best hope anymore. Let's do this. Initiate cleansing. Oh, Andrea is not going to like that. Cleansing initiated. Commencing liquidation of all facility experiments in progress. Okay. Maybe we should have noticed. Okay, so we still have to loot the first floor. You know what? There's probably nothing here. I mean, there's probably going to be some shotgun shells and stuff like that, but other than that...
We should move on, if there's nothing worth taking.
But you just saw me take some stuff. I did a bad job of going through here. I have no idea where we left corpses and stuff. We should probably just move on. What is this? Oh, this is the turret computer, right? Yeah. Okay, we've already done that. I forget where the turrets were, too. I thought there was one around here. Maybe it's on the other side. Oop, can't go that way. I've already been over here. Wow, this place is very samey looking from all perspectives. It's extremely difficult to navigate. I don't think there's going to be anything here. It's probably not even worth looking. Alright. We'll... Should we just get out of here? Yeah, let's go. Let's get out of here. We'll check these. Not very much money. The money should scale with you. Because that is like cheap even for like the beginning of the game. Alright, where's this taking us? I want to go back to Crucible and see what it's like. We'll probably have to fight off some deadly robots here.
This is intriguing. A rather large amount of security for such a small place.
Oh, they're dead. Nice.
Adhere to the mission. No queries are being answered at this time.
All right. Perfect. I mean, it sucks, but I do think that this was the right thing to do. Alright, what do you have for an auto pistol? It's just that one? Okay. Whoa. I don't remember there being this many characters. They added extra ones because they're corpses. And maybe from a performance perspective, they figured that they could have more characters. Okay. Since they won't be moving around. Man, everybody's strapped. Well, I guess we won't be getting Amelia Earhart for... should we take... Yeah, let's take his outfit for posterity. We're gonna get a lot of cool outfits, actually.
Always worth checking. Never know what you might find in their pockets.
Man, we're gonna have so much 45. I feel like I'm walking through Jonestown though. It's pretty creepy. I don't like it. I could eat their sandwich. Oh, it counts as stealing. They're dead and it still counts as stealing. All right. Well, I guess that's the end of this saga. I wonder how many players chose that I did. It seems like it's probably a uncommon choice. Probably not much else going on here. Oh. Single largest source of 45 and 45 weapons, apparently. All right. That leaves just up there. There's Ada.
This unit is busy.
Where's Amelia? Did she escape or something? I don't see her. Alright, what is this? Can't do it, okay. Is she invulnerable because she's a possible companion then? Not a companion. She's like one of those informal companions. Just double checking. Yeah, she's missing. Unfortunately, her outfit's brown, and the ground is all like muddy. So I might have walked by her. Alright, well. Alright, let's get out of here. Kind of dreary, depressing place. What do you want to bet? She's near the ship. Or she'll be on the ship and be like, take me with you. No, I guess not. Well, I guess we should probably pick a new mission then. So, Tracker's Alliance, I think I'm going to let wait. What is Peacemaker? The retreat's founding donor wants to speak with me about what happened. What do you mean happened? What happened in relation to what? I don't remember who Navan is. Alright, what is the primary thing here? So we could do this. I can probably wait until after the DLC drops. 150 copper to Tobias? I don't think that's going to happen anymore. Light in the darkness. I guess it's this. This is the only, like, main quest left. Okay, so let's go to Masada 3. Wherever that is. Okay, it's here. Holy crap, it's sending us all over the place. Level 75. Alright. Alright, so we have to go here. Zosma. What is this? Crimson Fleet Ghost. Alright, so I think we'll go to Zosma 3. And we'll explore it. Shouldn't take too long, I don't think. Alright, nobody's warping in. Let's do the scan. It's a nice giant, so it's not going to bother us too much. We'll grab the moon, though. Zosma 3A. What do we have here? Set course. Wait for warp in.
How have you been?
That's probably long enough. I don't think there's a warp coming in. Scan this bad boy. Alright, so chlorine, uranium, helium-3. It doesn't look like there's a helium-3 area. Unless it's like on the borders here. So maybe we should just go for the chlorine?
Atmospherics here are no good. We will need suits.
Good thing we have suits. Alright. Maybe we'll hop on towards these guys and give them a hard time. Looks like they're landing over here. We'll go zap them. Really? You're leaving already, huh? Well, we'll see if they have dropped anybody off. Ooh. Grab that uranium. Unless there's some more along the way. Oh, there they are. See his array. Ow.
You are not chosen.
What the hell? Why didn't I reload? Stupid bitch. Well, that went poorly. I was totally ham-fisted on my account. Alright, but we have a planetary system down. So, now let's, I guess we're going here. Jeez, it's so far. So I guess we're going to Ixel. Alright, it looks like we haven't done Planet 3 yet. It's got 2 moons. 1, 2, oh, there's 3. Oh, this is gonna be a pain in the ass. And there's a science. Oh my god. Shit. Okay. Let's do one of the... this one's gonna have life, isn't it? Crap. Look at all this stuff. It's all filler, placeholder garbage, too. You know what? Let's just skip that one and go to 4. Looks like it's got stuff, too. What the hell? How could they just, like content go burr? They just, like, push a button. Okay. No, there's stuff here, too. Man, they really want to waste your time. Oh, my goodness. It's all full of procedural crap. Oh, my goodness. You know what? We'll skip this one. Maybe I'll do it on my own time. I don't want to waste people's time with that garbage. Okay, so if we're going here, what's after Ixel? It's this. Shoza. Okay, we've never been there before, so we have to go there.
Good.
Waiting for a warp in. What? Why? That was weird. What do we get experience for? Alright, let's map. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. And there's a. Okay. It doesn't have a. Actually, is there a moon? Hold on. There is. And there's shit on it too. Damn it. Okay. Well, some of the stuff is going to get done offline. For now, let's go to the... Do we care about mining or industrial? Let's just do industrial. Let's go. Oh, it's such a waste of time. Such a waste of time. Weird ground. Well, I heard chirp. Actually, you know what? Let's Are you mad at me for something? You weirdos. What are you throwing stuff at? Hey, if you're gonna give me some kind of effect, just give it to me. Stop being a goofball. That is really annoying. Okay, so we got some lung damage. It's possible that we can't really exist on this map for very long. What the hell? Alright, you know what? I'm getting annoyed by this, so what I'm going to do is personal atmosphere. Does that work against whatever this is? No? What is wrong here? I can't even read it. Actually, it would be in here, wouldn't it? Status. Poor quality air. Hazardous weather. But we could go back into the ship and just sleep for a bit. Let's do that. I don't want to get like a ton of weird, annoying effects. And that chirping is just annoying the heck out of me. So we're bored. We'll take a nap.
Hello?
How long? 2 hours. We'll see if the storm clears.
Good. You're awake.
Is mining on the schedule today?
Looks like the storm is still going on, so we'll snooze a little longer. Actually, I wonder if the patches fix this thing. Nope. You know what? We should sleep in our own bed. And we bought a bed. We might as well use it. Let's sleep until morning. It's at 9 a.m. No, not even close. But
And
should be.
so our adventure continues.
Do you need me for something?
It looks like it's still storming. I'm assuming that these clouds are sort of the storm. We could go out and try it. Nope. Yeah, it's still storming. Or it's possible that this planet is always storming, too. Sandstorm. A few more hours.
About time you were awake.
Oh my goodness, it's still going. If anything, it looks worse. It'd be nice to have some kind of indication that that would be the case, where it's just like where it would say constant like constant storm or something like that, like as a hazard, perpetual storm or something. Well, I'm gonna wrap up this episode here, I think. Yeah, snooze maybe a little bit longer while I do my sign off. So thank you very much for joining me. I hope that you enjoyed this. And if you have, please like, maybe comment, maybe share, maybe subscribe. New episodes every day at 4 p.m. Eastern Time, US and Canada. I'm Cobalt Thorium and hope to get you in the next one. Bye-bye.